When we think about plankton, the first thing comes to mind would probably be Plankton from SpongeBob, but that is not the topic for today. The first group that we will be talking about is Phytoplankton, which is derived from the Greek word phyton, meaning plant. Similar to terrestrial plants, they are autotrophic, meaning that they can produce their own food. They achieve this through the process called photosynthesis. And so, they are mostly found on the uppermost layer of the ocean, where they can receive ample sunlight. They also rely on minerals, which makes them dependent on upwelling. Phytoplankton are responsible for producing the majority of the oxygen on Earth. Most are invisible individually to the naked eye, but when they gather in large groups, they can be seen from even outer space. Harmful algal blooms occur when there is an overgrowth of their population. Harmful algal blooms produce toxins that can kill other marine organisms like fish, birds, manatees, and so on. They are the foundation of the aquatic food web, as they are primary producers. They serve as food for the next group of plankton, which is the zooplankton, derived from the Greek word zoon, meaning animal. Unlike the previous group, zooplankton are not capable of photosynthesis. And as the name suggests, they possess animal-like traits. They are heterotrophic, meaning that they consume other organisms as their source of energy. Many of them consume phytoplankton, which makes them primary consumers. They can be found in pretty much the same area as the phytoplankton, as that is what they feed on. Zooplankton come in a variety of sizes, from microscopic to macroscopic. And yes, jellyfish are considered as a macroscopic type of zooplankton. Some zooplankton spend their whole lives as drifters like krill and copepods, while others only spend a portion of their lives as marine drifters, like crabs and oysters. Remember Plankton? No. That Plankton. Well, he is back to make an appearance. A certain Sheldon J. Plankton is classified under zooplankton. He is actually a copepod. So copepods are tiny planktonic crustaceans that feed on phytoplankton. Do you see the resemblance? Zooplankton are essential to the ecosystem because they serve as a food source for other animals, or secondary consumers such as whales. Next up, we have the Bacterioplankton. Bacterioplankton comes from the new Latin word bacterium, a Latinization of the Greek word bacterian, meaning cane or staff. This comes from the rod shape of the first bacteria to be discovered. Many members of this group of plankton are autotrophic as well, and can produce their own food through the process of photosynthesis. One such example would be cyanobacteria. Aside from photosynthesis, they are also able to perform chemosynthesis. Lastly, we have the mycoplankton, who are fungus or fungus-like organisms. Myco is derived from the Greek word mous, which means, you guessed it, fungus. They are free-living filamentous fungi and yeast that can be found in marine and freshwater environments. Unlike the previously mentioned groups, these plankton feed on dead or decaying matter, so this makes them saprotrophs or the decomposers. Their activities aid nutrient cycling within the ecosystem. Unfortunately, they are poorly studied as compared to the other plankton groups. Why are plankton important? Plankton are primary producers. Without them, there will be no energy transferred to many animals that depend on them, like baleen whales, small sharks, krill, jellyfish zooplankton, corals that eat zooplankton, and many more, which are connected to us humans. It also absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The phytoplankton, which are considered as the grass of the sea, performs photosynthesis. Plankton are principal producers of atmospheric oxygen. With 71% of the Earth is covered by the ocean, phytoplankton are responsible for producing up to 50% of the oxygen in the air we breathe.